Hey, what's going on, everyone? Vega here for Serpent X Tech, and welcome back to another episode of Caffeine and Crypto, a live stream that we do every Saturday morning around 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, where we just go over what's going on in the crypto market and news. And I welcome you to join me with a caffeinated beverage of your choice. If you don't like caffeine, coffee, energy drinks, then water will work just fine. But I got me some Doge Door coffee here, and we're just going to get into the news. I know most of you right now that are watching are probably watching after the fact because our buddy Red Fox Crypto is doing a live stream, and that video of what's going on is going to be dropping soon because I just recorded it. And basically what happened was the Excavator or NiceHash team that produces Excavator have been able to unlock 100% of the LHR GPUs. I just recorded the video. The benchmark.pl team validated their information, and I just validated it as well because guess what? I was able to get 91, 92 mega hash on my EVGA 3080 for the Win 3 Ultra. So this is in fact true. Speculation is, that the Nvidia hack, the data dump, was helping a lot of the community. And I don't know how they got it. But most certainly that information would help these individuals reverse engineer and find out a best way to unlock. I just been sitting here testing and tuning. I recorded the first half of that video. I will record the second half after this live stream. And then that video will be launched later today. So make sure you come back and check it out. But Red Fox Crypto is live right now talking about it. So very interesting to see how the mining community has progressed from the time we first bumped into LHR locks all the way till now. Things have just gotten better and better. So we got some news, but it's just going to be free range. And basically Bitcoin jumps to 40,000 after the Fed chair rules out bigger hike rates. That was, of course, a fake out in my opinion. The market did pump a little bit, not only in traditional stocks, but crypto. But then shortly after, all we got is bearish news. U.S. stocks tumble and widespread sell-off. Tech leads decline. Additional stocks are tumbling. Here's what to keep in mind. And then 3 reasons why crypto prices are tumbling. So it just immediately backtracked, right? So we started to pump up a little bit. We got up from like 37 to 40 and then straight down to 35K. And we kind of dropped out of this range I was keeping my eye on. What does that mean? Well, it's a possibility that there may be more blood in the water. That's an opportunity for you to buy the dip. Not financial advice, but there's going to be lower prices to come is my speculation. I'm about 60-40 right now. I'm 60%. The prices may go down further. 40%, this could be a possible fake out. Now, if it was a fake out, it would have been a quick wake up, down and up, but it's not. So we may sit in this range for a little bit, drop a little bit more, maybe 32K, and then drop even further for what some people are calling for. I say 34, 32 is where I'm keeping my eyes on, but people are calling for lower numbers than that. So the market sentiment is bearish right now, unfortunately, but we'll have to see how things pan out in the long run. Everything is red, mostly, not everything. Some coins are green and deep green. Let me just say hello to everybody. If you want to skip ahead after you're watching this in the future, feel free. But good morning, everybody. Chris Knight. Yeah, you were early, but appreciate you. Crypto Mikkel viewers have joined the show. That works. So the YouTube raid works. That's nice. It's nice that they finally implemented that. Thank you, everybody, for swinging by over here. Dizzy Mining just released the 6650 XT Ethereum hash rate performance video. I put that data on Reddit. It's basically like around a 6600 non-XT or maybe a little bit less. Rud Putz, how you doing? The BBT trip was awesome. Had a great time with Mr. Bitsby Trippin, Michael Carter. We just, it was just a blast. It was just a blast to catch up, reminisce, talk, share data, share information, gain that knowledge, gain that, because we've been buddies online, but I wanted to, put a more personal spin on it. And I hope to be a good colleague of theirs moving forward. Cody Cruels, what's up, man? PA, you need somebody in PA to mine with. Okay. No, this is not better. Difficult is going up from ETH. Yeah, difficulty on Ethereum continues to rise. There have been a number of videos that communicated about that. But I think the market's going to continue to drop. All right, so we got Crypto Mikkel Raid coming over. Dizzy Mind, thank you for doing that video. All right, so the Fed released their update this week. A lot of people were waiting on that. They were waiting to see how things are going to shake out before they entered the market. Of course, it started to pump up and then it dropped right back down. Stocks are tumbling. Here's what to keep in mind. Long story short, the Federal Reserve half-point rate hike, and Fed Jerome Powell remarks the central bank was not considering a 75 basis point increase anytime soon. The Dow ended up ending the day up 932 points, or 2.81%. S&P 500 gained 2.9%, and both averages performance since both average best performance since 2020. The Nasdaq also gained 3.19%. But volatility, of course, ensued, and it's important. This is signs of a healthy market. Is that these ups and downs, well, the traditional market may not like it, is healthy for the crypto market, in my opinion. When you have a steep incline and you're going straight up on Bitcoin, that usually means the pain you will feel later on when it does drop is going to be quite bad. But it looks like Bitcoin is very closely tied to the traditional stocks, which is quite unfortunate, and we're just going to have to wait things out. We really need either one or two things to happen, in my personal opinion only. One, Bitcoin break away from traditional stocks, or two, Ethereum break away from traditional stocks. But Ethereum's really on a hot plate right now. And what I mean by that is they keep delaying the merge, and that's inconveniencing, deterring possible future investment. Until the merge happens, there's not going to be as much new capital coming into the Ethereum ecosystem. But if they could get it right, even though that means the miners no longer can mine Ethereum, then there's still a possibility, because we can always go to other projects, which we planned, by the way, on May 13th at 10:45. Let me go check out Son of a Tech. See, Red Fox Crypto is live, I think. Is he? Or did he just stop being live? I could have swore I just saw him. Red Fox Crypto. Yeah, he's live right now. He's talking about the LHR unlock. I'll have my video. I'm not gonna do a live stream on it. I'm just gonna do a video drop. But it's very nice to see that performance gain. So Son of a Tech. Basically, my boy Blind Run here wants to do everybody switched it off of Ethereum onto whatever they want. It doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be any particular project. It could be whatever you want. It's the great hash rate migration. I haven't put the link in the description. Matter of fact, I'm not going to put any of these articles in the description. Maybe some of the NiceHash ones after the fact, not right now. But 10:45 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, whatever that is, translates to your time. There's going to be the great migration where everybody, most of the mining community, not everybody's agreeing to it, and you don't have to agree to it. I respect it. It's a no harm, no foul, and for people on both sides, just don't attack each other. Don't be mean to each other. And you respect their decision. It's their decision. It's their choice, right? We don't have to be jerks about it. Just it's their choice not to participate. It's their choice to participate. That's it. Either you do or you don't. No harm, no foul. It's not an attack on anything. It's just simply we're moving our hash rate to other projects. And what's very interesting to me is what's going to happen to these different projects when they get this influx of miners, right? Whether it's Ethereum Classic, Flux, Ravencoin, Conceal. What happens, right? Well, obviously the network difficulty is going to increase. The hash rate is going to increase. There's going to take it's only for 24 hours, and realistically to do a long-term test to try to see what's going on, especially when it comes to price discovery, it would take longer than 24 hours for that to kind of level off. But it's going to be super interesting to see how these networks perform and if the influx of miners, cause any issues. So, moving back to the market, I'll check chat, but if you want me to address any questions, concerns, or acknowledge anything you're posting, please, either one or two things. Send a super chat if you can afford to. Please don't spend any money that you got to pay bills with, and or at me in the live chat. So 3 reasons cryptocurrency prices are tumbling. Well, I don't know what the three reasons are, but let's see here. So they're saying raging volatility. The Federal Reserve raised interest rates half a percentage point earlier this week, and Wall Street responded with huge gains in the stock market Wednesday. One day later, investors reversed course and sent markets into a nosedive. Cryptos have been tending to trend recently with the stock market. Yep. Bitcoin is mirroring the NASDAQ. Yep. Blah, blah, blah. Many investors piled in Bitcoin last year when it was priced at 32, 36K. A further drop around 30K could trigger more selling. They also say the second one is mainstream adoption is lagging. So there's not as many people getting into the space, even though we have various countries accepting it as legal tender. Cash App, Robinhood, Coinbase. It's not as it's not as hyped up, or it's not expanding as fast, right? So it's like the Big Bang, right? We expanded really fast at the very beginning of the Big Bang, and then as things grew further and further apart, I mean, we're still expanding at an incredible rate, but it's not as quick from my understanding. And investors, and I could be wrong about that from a scientific standpoint, so anybody wants to correct me on that, feel free. As far as the universe expansion rate, is it slowing, yada yada yada. Anyways, investors seeking safer ground. That's true. A lot of people will probably go into a more stable asset. They switch to like a stable coin. They're switching to gold. They're switching to metals. Maybe some people jumped ship and actually went into oil, because oil stocks are doing pretty good. Some of them, not all of them. So yeah, those are the three reasons that article cites. From CBS News. Yahoo says here, a Bitcoin margin call if the world's leading cryptocurrency drops below 21K. Michael Saylor's MicroStrategy will be forced to pay up. That's not good, right? So Michael Saylor and MicroStrategy have been buying Bitcoin on a I don't even know, an incredible rate. Let's just leave it at that, an incredible rate. And Michael Saylor is perhaps one of the most fervent supporters of Bitcoin on the planet. And that's saying something given the almost cult-like community behind the world's leading cryptocurrency. Yeah, there are some really like Bitcoinists that are like super culty. Not that, anyways, I don't want to start crap. Saylor and the MIT graduate co-founder CEO, yada yada. The CEO has gone far as Bitcoin is freedom and most universally desirable property in space and time. Okay. Saylor's appetite has grown. Okay. MicroStrategy also added 215 million worth of Bitcoin at an average purchase price of 44K. The SEC filings show bringing its total to 129,000 Bitcoin acquired for 3.97 billion, or 30,000 per coin. That's not bad. MicroStrategy, I want to see here. So they have no plans to sell. Okay. And the margin call from hell. All right, here we go. MicroStrategy CFO. If Bitcoin's price falls below 21K or around 50% from current levels, it will be forced to pony up more cryptocurrency to back its $205 million Bitcoin collateral loan. Interesting. With Silvergate Bank. We took out the loan at a 25% LTV, and margin call occurs at 50% LTV. So essentially, Bitcoin needs to cut in half, or around 21K, before we had to margin call. Now, that 21K number is actually popped up a number of times in the past, but also recently. So I posted a tweet yesterday. By the way, you should follow me on Twitter, because I post updates and stuff like that on there on a regular basis. And I say not financial advice, of course, but it looks like we fell out, and I'm keeping my eye on better deals. Possible drop to 34K. Got some positions in and around 32K. And I talked about that when we fell out here, and it's not a fake out, because it would have been a quick wick or a couple wicks and then back up. And then I say, it's still following traditional markets, unfortunately, stack them sats. But Son of a Tech commented, because I said, is it a fake out or is it a fake out? What do you think? So Bitcoin Jake, what's up, Bitcoin Jake? Thank you I saw you live streaming yesterday. Stopped by for a little bit. I agree. We could even see a dip as low as 28K. Son of a Tech says 21K. And so I say touch and go or drop and linger around that range. And Blind Run said slow drop through 2022, sideways to 2023 to 2024. Yes and no is my opinion. Now, he has his own and I have my own. I think a slow drop to 2022, yes. sideways to 2023, 2024. Maybe not that long, but sideways, yes, for quite a bit. And then we'll start to have different levels, key levels in which we'll start to have to break through that resistance. That's my personal opinion. But will it last all through 2023 to 2024? I don't think so. And that's where we differ. But it does look like, because the market is so closely following the traditional stocks, that we're going to have some issues or some problems. All right, everybody's good. John Germain says Sailor will face what the Hunt Bros face by leveraging their silver. Borrowing against your coins to buy more coins is a bad idea. I agree. But he also has access to a lot of capital, which I agree with Dizzy Mining. When you have that much money, you'll be fine. For somebody like us, when we're trading with leverage, that's why people always say trade responsibly. Because when you're trading with leverage and you're using high numbers, right? 20x, 50x, 100x, you're going to wipe yourself out if something goes wrong. So you got to be careful. Now, this is interesting. We knew about this, right? So Nvidia has been reporting its gains to, whatever financial or federal bureau, like the SEC. And they say here, Nvidia didn't tell investors enough about the effects of crypto mining on the business. So they have a fine they got to pay, as Verge and many others talk about. Nvidia pays $5.5 million for allegedly hiding how many gaming GPUs were sold to crypto miners. This is why I was saying at the very beginning that I hope that Nvidia just disregards LHR, just doesn't do it anymore for the 4000 series, 5000 series, or whatever later generation GPUs. Because crypto miners are buying the gaming GPUs. They're buying the mining GPUs. They're buying the enterprise GPUs. They're buying all the GPUs. No GPU is safe, damn it. So stop trying to lock it down. Almost cursed there. So anyways, 5.5 million to Nvidia is nothing. That's like a bug hit them in the eye, and they just keep moving. That's nothing. I don't know what's going on. Anyways, Nvidia failed to disclose how cryptocurrency mining drove the growth in the second and third fiscal quarters of 2018, which took the price in 2017. The SEC said in a filing. The settlement represents to the end of a saga which Nvidia is best known for making graphics cards for gaming, found itself in a surprise revenue boost from cryptocurrency miners, which later declined to become immaterial. Nvidia declined to comment. Graphics cards like those Nvidia makes are well suited to mine Ethereum. In 2017, Ether prices rose from $10 to $800, prompting miners to buy new hardware to cash in. Nvidia's gaming category, which is how the company reports those sales, rose 52% on an annual basis in the second quarter of 2018 fiscal year, and 25% the following quarter. But Nvidia failed to disclose those cryptocurrency effects on the growth to the SEC. Nvidia was aware the cryptocurrency mining was driving part of its business, according to the SEC filing. The company's sales staff in China at the time believed the increase in demand for gaming GPUs was because miners and Nvidia's senior management wanted to go after the crypto mining market, according to the SEC filing. But cryptocurrency may have ended up by being a distraction for Nvidia as demand grew for graphics cards for their intended uses, gaming and artificial intelligence. Nvidia released the CMP lineup, or cryptocurrency mining processor, and added software to its graphics card to prevent them from being used for mining. Nvidia graphics cards were extremely short in supply in 2020 and 2021, and gaming demand, driven by the pandemic, prompted users to upgrade their home and game PCs. However, the CMP sales have declined sharply since the introduction. In its most recent quarter, the CMP revenue was only $24 million, down from $266 million in August 2021 quarter. Our GPUs are capable of cryptocurrency mining, though we have limited visibility into how much it impacts our overall GPU demand, NVIDIA CFO Colette Kress said in earnings commentary in February. So the SEC is clamping down, and more importantly, they just doubled the size of their enforcement on crypto assets, or their cyber unit for enforcement on crypto assets, right? So we're seeing this continuous growth, not only of the crypto community, but the regulation of the crypto community, right? The teams are building up. We got the infrastructure bill. Biden wanted to have an analysis or a report on, XYZ. brought to him, looking at the whole financial impact and all this other stuff. But we're going to have more and more of this coming up, right? So back in the day, cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, and others weren't regulated at all. It was the Wild West. It still technically is the Wild West, but as time goes on, we're having more and more clamping down on such projects, scams, promotions, whatever. And especially as a crypto content creator, whether you're a trader, a miner, or other, you got to be careful what you say. You got to be careful what you talk about. You got to be careful what you promote. If you promote something and then a project goes down, those people decide to come after you, that's a big problem. And that's happened a lot throughout the crypto mining space. So I really like to support projects because I like certain aspects of it, or I might like the tangibles or whatever. But I really like the hardware side. That's where I really like to stay in my lane, is the hardware side. So we'll see how the SEC doubling its cyber unit will actually impact the overall ecosystem. But it looks like, this team will focus on investigating securities law violations related to crypto asset offerings, crypto asset exchanges, crypto asset lending, and staking products, because there's a lot of platforms that offer staking on your cryptocurrency, decentralized finance or DeFi, non-fungible tokens, and stable coins. Those are its primary concerns. Obviously, as a miner, if you're just mining the cryptocurrency and then selling or trading to gain additional exposure into the market, when you do that, you got to report that. Just stay on top of your taxes, notate your transactions, the different tools to help you keep up with what you're doing and your transactions, stuff like that. When you're selling your mining earnings to a said cryptocurrency or sending from one place to another, you got to report that. It's not technically report that, you got to report that. So if you're not sure, there's a number of people out there, including myself, who did some videos on that particular aspect. We're not tax professionals, but it will help you out in some form or another, just giving you the tools. So this is not new. SEC doubled its unit, as we just talked about. Georgia is getting ready to unveil a new cryptocurrency law by this fall. So again, local governments, state governments, federal governments are picking up the pace. I'm not sure what this is, but let's go take a quick look at it real quick. It says the top 6 coins to invest in 2022 long term: Bitcoin, Ethereum, Tether, USDC, Solana, and XRP. I do not agree with any of that. Maybe Bitcoin and Ethereum, but why would you invest in stablecoins? Why would people want to invest in stablecoins? If it's pegged to the dollar and the dollar continues to honestly be on shaky ground, why would you do that? XRP, a good project, I guess. Maybe. I'm not a fan, but it's why I'm not a fan is not relevant to if it's a good project or not. That's the problem. I let my emotions get in the way of deciding why it should be an XRP or not. I was in it a while back ago. I'm not in it anymore. To me, cryptocurrencies, the whole point of cryptocurrencies was to get away from the banks and to put power back in the hands of the people, the individual. But as this market has grown, it seems that the wealthy have gotten wealthier and the middle and poor class are still middle and poor class. I mean, some people have done better for themselves. Great. I'm happy for you. But there's still a lot of people in the lower areas that are not even getting any exposure to cryptocurrency. Can you imagine if everybody invested in cryptocurrency? Everybody. The amount of money that would be flowing through this market, it would be absolutely astronomical. But yeah, Solana, pretty good project. I just don't understand. So if you move it to a stable coin, I understand moving it when the market's dipping so you could lock in those profits and then pick it back up when it hits bottom. But leaving it in there long term, why would you do that? I don't understand. Now, unless you're getting, like, for example, I got $20 on whatever platform, I'm earning 1% interest on it. Cool. I understand that, but let me know your thoughts down below. Would you invest in just stable coins? And why would you just invest in stable coins? Moving on, video cards. Got some pretty cool news, as we talked about. Red Fox Crypto, matter of fact, let's go look him up again, is doing a live stream right now. And he's talking about how NiceHash, Excavator miner, has been able to unlock 100% of the hash rate of the 3000 series GPU. This was independently tested by benchmark.pl team, as we can see here in this article that they also featured, where they used the RTX 3080 Ti, and they were able to get from what used to be an average of around 85 to 88 mega hash to around 120, 117 mega hash, right? So that's a pretty good increase. Let me do some math here just to calculate here. Let's see. So 85 divided by 117. All right, 72. So that's a 28, almost 30% increase in performance. There's a catch 22. Obviously, this is NiceHash Quick Miner, and it's using Excavator 1.7.7.0. And it's a beta release that you have to install. The program right here, once you, in my video will explain the basics on like the step-by-step of getting to this point and using this. But you basically install the release candidate version, or 0.5.4. You go through the setup process, check that you're 18 years old, browse, install wherever you want. And then when you launch the platform, you get the basic screen right here, where if it's not running, it will show, and then you have to go and double click it in your downloads. And when you do that, you get the option to open the OC tuner panel, which is this, and then you can fine tune. Unfortunately, this program, and I'm going to call this out in the video, this program won't work with hardware info. Like, hardware info will automatically close even if you have the latest version, because they're both trying to read the hardware, right? So there's some conflicts there. But I can safely say that Excavator has been able to unlock the performance of the 3000 series GPUs, because I've been able to validate the testing myself. The video, again, will be dropping later today. I got to record the second half. I'll edit it and I'll get it out for you guys as soon as possible. So make sure to check back then. Get subscribed, hit notification bell to stay up to date. But I'm only getting like 91, 92 mega hash, and that's because of my issues. Not so much issues with the miner. It's my issues. My issues are my case. The Corsair Obsidian 500D is not a very high flow case, right? Also, we know these cards run hot on the memory side. So I have little heat sinks in the back side of the back plate, but they're very little and don't have much surface area, so not doing too much. So it's because of my setup. If I took this GPU out and I put it in an open air rig or something like that, it probably could hit the same hash rate, 100 mega hash or 99 mega hash, as the full hash rate 3080, like my Gigabyte card. In order for my Gigabyte card, the full hash rate one, to even get to 100 mega hash sustainably and within good thermal range, I had to mod it. I did a bunch of videos on it. It was a pain in the butt. I talk about how crappy the cards are. All of the 3000 series from, not all of them, but you know, the high-end 3000 series from Gigabyte, because of the cheap thermal pads and the cheap design for thermal efficiency. But that's not the point. The point is, we got a way to unlock 100% of the hash rate, and it's only a matter of time before LOL miner, G miner, and T-Rex miner devs are able to use this, and then you guys and myself will be able to use it on Hive OS. It's only a matter of time. It will take some time, be patient, but it's only a matter of time. T-Rex miner has already been releasing update after update, as you've been seeing on the channel. We went from 0.25.12 to 0.25.15. Crypto Donkey Miner has been doing a great job in covering the performance numbers as each revision has come out. So I make sure to share some love with him and throw people their way. But, you know, this has just been a continuous improvement over time. It's just been nonstop. And it's great to see. It really is great to see how Nvidia's LHR lock has been disabled, not only at the very beginning with the dev driver, but over time as the community has figured it out. This is why I say Nvidia should just stop trying to put LHR locks on the newer generation GPUs. So yeah, video coming out soon. NiceHash Quick Miner only. You need the 5.4 RC version. You're gonna have to do some testing and tuning. It's only for Windows, not on Linux. and I can validate that this does actually work. May not be 100% for me because of thermals, but it does look like it does bring back the full hash rate of these GPUs. And again, I can only speculate that the data dump from the Nvidia hack has been utilized to reverse engineer a way to unlock these GPUs, right? They warned them, they told them to do X, Y, and Z. They didn't release it, so they just data dumped it. Nvidia has a chokehold on the industry. AMD's doing its best to fight back. They really do. They really have come back in a number of ways with their not only their CPU, right, competing against Intel, right. So AMD has been on the top podium for quite some time with their CPUs, but before that, they're 10 years plus. Intel was a top dog. So it's good that AMD is taking back that market share on the CPU side, bringing that healthy competition, and then on the GPU side, we're just seeing better and better results. Now, AMD GPUs do give me trouble. My AMD mining rig crashes more than my NVIDIA mining rigs, and NVIDIA cards are more adept at all-around mining than AMD cards. But AMD cards, like their drivers, age like fine wine and get better over time. We just need HiveOS to implement those driver updates, which they did do recently. We're up to 21.4, I think, now. Whereas for years, we've been at 20.4 driver only, even for the latest generation GPUs. But AMD Navi 21KXTX. So, as I said, Dizzy Mining showed us some performance numbers for the 6650 XT. It's basically a 6600 non-XT performance type card, a little bit less, a little bit more. It was only Ethereum. They only did a little bit of a video, so bear with us. The data will come out. I got the Ethereum performance data on Reddit already. If you follow me at CMVJax, C as in Chris, M as in Michael, V as in Vega, JAX as in Jacksonville, X as in X-ray, at CMVJax on Reddit, and you will see the various posts that I do. I don't care if you know my name because I'm already out there. I have a public profile in which I have to communicate with various entities, both on a professional and personal level. So I have at you. My black hats know that I support them. Let's just say that. So I ask for your protection, my fellow colleagues. Anyways, Chip Hill community was quick to find BIOS and Tech Power Up database. Although they're already removed, they confirmed the TGP ranges for the RX 6950 XT SKUs. Two of the cards listed were the MSI RX 6950 XT Gaming X Trio and the Sapphire RX 6950 XT Nitro Plus Pure. Ooh, we got Pure on there now. Although the latter has a power limit set to 325 watts, it further can be adjusted by 20%, which means as much as 390 watts of power. The power limit for MSI card is 332 watts and up to 12% increase, which is 372 watts. Do note that those are TGP, GPU plus memory, not TBP. This means the full graphics card power will easily be beyond 400 watts. Boys and girls, we are getting up there in some power, and that is crazy. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to freak out on you. Oh my god. So with the ATX 3.0 standard, the 16 pin, which is the 12 plus 4 pin, right? The Smart Sense 4 pin at the top with the 6 pins or the 12 pins below that, could allow a GPU 600 watts of power. But more importantly, the power supply has to be strong enough and good quality enough that it can deal with the spikes, right? We could be sitting at 450, 420, whatever, and then there'd be a spike to 1,000, drop back down. Spike to 800, back down. Spike to 750, back down. Those spikes are going to be so hard on the power supplies. Can our server power supplies that we get throughout the world, like the HP, Dell, whatever it may be, like through places like Parallel Miner, will they be able to handle these these intense, quick adjustments or spikes that these GPUs may ask for? We don't know. We have to see. We have to wait I would personally like Patrick Stone from Gamers Nexus and Steve from Gamers Nexus to test this data, because they have the proper equipment for it. However, I know a number of other people in the crypto mining scene that might actually have this equipment, and so we'll see what they would do in the future. But yeah, look, AMD cards, 400 watts. This is nuts. This is nuts, guys. I remember GPUs that had no backplate, just green PCB or red PCB with like a little passive heatsink. And look at this, where GPUs are like this fat now. If you got in a fight, you can knock somebody out with a 3090 Ti, like straight up. Just, it's so crazy how far we have come with our technology. So here are the specs. Obviously, memory is 115, 110C is about T-junction. We're seeing the power limits. We get to see the shutdown temp is 118C. So I think, ooh, okay. So the shutdown temp, that's interesting. I don't think there's a shutdown temp. There probably is one for the 3000 series and the 5700 series and the 6000 series, but I have not hit it yet. But my card, like the 3080 in here, it gets pretty toasty. It gets pretty toasty. So we'll have to see how things pan out. The 6950 XT, thank you, by the way, Gobbles the Goblin, for the $3 donation. Gandalf, good luck with you. You said you're super busy. Good luck with you. Looks like the stream is dropping for some reason, even though everything's good. Dizzy Mining had to go. Hey, Serpent, have you used Qcoin's mining pool? I have, but I haven't dabbled too deep. What's up, Pocket Change? How you doing? Tell the hubby I said hello, and hope you and the family are doing well. But looks like we might end the stream a little bit early because I just blew through all the topics I was going to talk about. But we'll talk a little bit longer. We might test and tune a little bit. We'll see. So yeah, the 6950 XT. These models of GPUs, the BIOS only supports 18 gigabits per second memory from Hynix and Samsung. The latter appears to be the same variant as the 6500 XT memory goes, designed as HC18. So let's see here. Streaming processors, memory, TDP. There's TGP, TBP, and TDP. You can't really use these numbers as like actual, because every one of these manufacturers test and with variations in different ways. So we actually have to wait for proper reviews of these GPUs, whether it's for gaming performance or mining performance, to come out before we can actually call it what it is. But you know, the 6650 XT, from my understanding, is out or coming out soon. And then we might have the 6950 XT and the 6750 XT. I'd be interested to see how the 6750 XT performs, you know, because that's going from 16 gigabit per second to 18 gigabit per second, whereas the 6600 non-XT was 14 gigabit per second, but the 6650 XT was 17.5 gigabit per second. But the biggest thing is because the memory bus was only 128 bit between the two, we didn't see much of an increase. Like again, the 6600 non-XT during Dizzy's Mining quick test, it wasn't like detailed tuning there for 24 hours, getting raw numbers. You know, Dizzy Mining just gives us the base, and then it's up to the community to kind of take that and expand upon it. I think because the bus width is the same, even though it has less streaming processors, which doesn't really help us too much in mining, the increased memory speed from 14 to 17.5 gigabit per second, I don't think is as dramatic because the bus width is the same. We'll have to see how things turn out, and obviously I don't know if in that video they called out whether it was Hynix or Samsung or whatever it may be. But yeah, AMD making some strides. The RDNA refresh coming in all kinds of flavors. We got the Sapphire Pulse. It looks like we got the Nitro Plus Pure as well. We got the Gaming X, the Max looking type things. The Challengers from ASRock, the Gigabytes. Well, that looks like Gigabyte, doesn't it? Doesn't his ASRock card look like the old Gigabyte shroud? XFX Stick, Phantom Gaming, Merc, Swift, Quick. So all kinds of different flavors for the refresh of the 6000 series. I wouldn't go to the bank and take out a loan to get these GPUs. Personally, I think they're just going to be minor improvements over the current gen, if any at all. Really, what we're looking for is the next generation AMD GPUs. What is it going to perform? Is it going to be PCIe 5.0? Is it going to use the 16-pin ATX 3.0 standard, or just a base 12-pin ATX 3.0 standard? You know, there's a lot of variables that we have to see how it goes in the long run. It doesn't matter. It's doxed anyways. But yeah, looks like basically, let me move this over here. It looks like basically NiceHash has been able to get 100% unlock for the GPU. I could start up the miner, but we'll crash the stream. It is the end of the stream. If you have any questions for me, please let me know. I don't want to load Windows either. I don't like using Windows on my large rigs. I will use it on, you know, single card or dual card rigs, but I don't like using it on my main setup. But this is, you know, this is good. This is good because this is going to filter down eventually. Maybe not right away. It will filter down eventually to the rest of the cryptocurrency mining community. Like a T-Rex miner, you know, T-Rex miner. Let's see here, releases. Yeah, 0.25, 0.15 is the latest version, and that's about like 82% unlock, and they've been pumping out updates after updates, so it's just a matter of time. We'll see how things go. Pocket Change, thank you so much for the $9.99 donation. I really appreciate you. And Gobbles, the 13th Goblin, thank you for also your donation earlier. Yeah, man. You know, so the trip, man, the trip to BBT East and hanging out with Carter was absolutely awesome. Maybe I could give you guys a quick sneak peek. I do have some videos coming in the future, but you know, it was an amazing time to just be out there and pretty much hang out. So we went and checked out some cars. Cars in St. Louis are pretty good. We went and checked out some cars. This is the Lamborghini SV. I mean, it's a beautiful car. It's nice to share passions with people, and those passions are crypto mining, and then cars. So had a good time hanging out, reminiscing, talking about things, him sharing stories, because he's a true OG. He's been in the space a hell of a lot longer than most, right? A lot of people are in this space now, and it's great to see the growth of the space. But it's definitely grown so much faster than I thought. He's been in the space I would say about 4 years longer than I have. Maybe even longer than that if I calculate it, because it was like late 13, 14, somewhere in there that I started dabbling in it. It was around my daughter passed. Yeah, unfortunately, you guys may not know this. So I had a daughter at a young age, 20 years old, not that young. You know, I was raising her. I got an ultimatum from my baby mama, and we moved to Kentucky. Things didn't work out there, and I needed to come back home, but I still wanted my daughter, but she fought me, so I couldn't have primary custody. She went off on a bad track, and I did my best to try to obtain custody of my daughter and try to, you know, fight for it. I was overpaying. You never overpay for your child. Your child is your baby, right? And this is my daughter, right? I have 2 boys right now. They're not biologically mine, but I take care of my 2 boys. That's me and my wife's kid. That's my wife's kids, but I've been with them for such a long time. I actually knew my wife since high school, but we never dated. We never did anything. We just caught back up eventually later on. But going back to the baby mama of my daughter, again, she was in a weird scene, messed up life, and I was trying to fight for it. I was paying her rent and all this stuff to make sure that my daughter had what she needed. Well, one day while working, I was working 3 jobs at the time, trying to make ends meet. The baby mama's dad calls me and tells me that my daughter, Ariana, passed away. And that was a huge hit. I mean, I went to a very dark place. And right as I was coming out of that dark place, it took a while. It took a long time. It took a long time to get out of that hole. Right as I was coming out of that dark place, that's where I started getting more involvement in cryptocurrency and mining and stuff like that. It was something that my mind could get lost in, right? Because I love testing and tuning and tweaking and, you know, getting the best performance at the lowest efficiency or at the lowest power draw to be the most efficient, or even not be efficient at all, but just get those high clocks, right? I love exotic cooling. I got to play around with exotic cooling. It wasn't my stuff, but I don't have my own bench or anything like that. Maybe one day if I ever get a studio. But anyways, yeah. It was around that time I got into cryptocurrency, and that was my escape, I guess you could say. And Bitsby Trippin is definitely someone that's been in the space for a hot minute, and you know, the respect that he gives is admirable, and so I return that respect, and I respect anybody who's willing to just converse, right? Just, hey, this is my data. Here's what's going on. You know, here's what I found. And here's why you're wrong. Because if I say something and I'm wrong, I like it when people are like, no, sir, you know, here, this is wrong. Here's why. But when people are just like, you're wrong, you're a dumbass. Oh, I'm sorry, YouTube. That doesn't help me. That's not constructive criticism. Tell me why I am a DA. You know, tell me. Like, I love learning new things. I strive to learn something every day, and I teach that to my boys. Learn something every day. So anyways, that's why I carry myself. My mom raised me a particular way, as you guys can tell. I'm sure that rubs off through even the videos. But I always give respect to everyone. And then if they do something to, you know, not earn my respect, then I might step back and take a step away. But usually I'm one to provide that to you, give you the benefit of the doubt, you know, innocent until proven guilty, and then just, you know, promote positivity, right? Because positivity in a world full of negative on Twitter and public forums is definitely something that's rare. So if you can impact somebody else's life, whether it's through one video, one word, one email, one tweet, one something, I think that's a job well done. So it was just an amazing experience to be around like-minded individuals, have a good time, share, and reminisce. So good stuff. But yeah, man, I am pretty much done. It's 11:50 right now. Thank you, Hugo Down. Love the channel. Keep up the great work. I hope to have more content in the future. There's a couple products that are hitting me up that I need to do some content for. I've been super busy. I'm going to try my best, because between my full-time job, because YouTube isn't my full-time job. If it was, I would have more time to keep up with the Joneses, keep up with the each and every day's news and updates and all that stuff. But unfortunately it's not. So full-time job. So bear with me. Content's usually recorded weeks in advance and then released. Every once in a while I might release something same day, like today, when later on today I will launch the NiceHash LHR unlock video. So stay tuned for that. Make sure to get subscribed, hit the notification bell, and you guys just have yourself a wonderful day. It's getting close to bed. Ebs. All right. You guys have a good day. Stay safe out there. Be nice to one another. Stay positive. The market's down. Things will get better. It's going to take some time. If you got the money, $10 here, $5 there, $20 there, buy the dip, dollar cost average. Don't go ham. Don't go taking out a second mortgage just to get more crypto. Be careful. Be smart. Not financial advice. Just use common sense. Okay? You guys take care of yourselves. I will see y'all later. And let's see, is Red Fox still live? Because if Red Fox is still live, I might send you guys back over there. I thank you because I know some of you were actually coming over from Red Fox Crypto. So let me try to send that over there right now because he is live and see what's going on. So customization, redirect. Can I redirect him? No, why can't I redirect him? Why can't I redirect him? I want to add him. So this redirect thing is so broken from YouTube, it's ridiculous. Okay, Red Fox, save. Okay. And he's still live. But can I add him? Nope, won't let me. So broken. So broken. Alright. So, anyways. I guess that's it for today. Not going to work. You guys have a beautiful day. I'll catch you later. Do me a favor. Don't forget to check out the links in the description that help support the channel. Hit the like button on the way out. Don't forget to get subscribed and hit the notification bell to stay up to date. Check out the video for LHR Unlock from NiceHash later today. And you guys take care. See you.